Hi, Kayla. So, I'm going to try and help you out a little bit with guitar through YouTube. I feel really weird talking to my computer right now, but that's fine. I guess a good spot to get started if you don't know chords yet and you just want to work on doing some like picking and hitting the right strings when you're playing. A good thing to do is just kind of work your way up. So what I'm doing is taking the first fret, plucking down, then putting my middle finger on the second fret, and then plucking up, and then ring finger on the third fret, plucking down, pinky finger on the fourth fret, and plucking up. So it goes, and then move down a string and do the same thing again. So then you're gonna do, so the picking goes down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and then you're going to want to do that the whole way down all 6 strings. So what that'll look like is, and then work your way back. So once you hit that last note on the up strum, then you do down, up, 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 down, up. That's going to help you with your picking, and you can even do it without your fingers for the first bit. So when you're strumming, do just a down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and move down the strings that way if you want to just work on just the picking. It's probably going to help you to work on one at a time, but definitely you want to get the down, up picking going, because I actually had the very bad habit of only doing down picks or down strums, which is now causing problems for me. I mean, I learned how to do the down up picking, but it makes you a lot faster. People do it different ways. For me, if you watch when I'm doing the up, I kind of bend my thumb right there to do like the up strum, but some people use their like hand more. I've also you could try resting your pinky on the lowest string to do it as like kind of an anchoring point. I find I do that to like pick really fast. So for something like just quicker, I usually I like to have my pinky on the last string to kind of anchor it a little bit and bounce off of. I mean, just do whatever feels comfortable and works for you. But with that exercise, when you're doing you're starting here, you're going down, up, all the way down. So you work your way all the way up the strings and down, and then what you're going to do after you complete that sequence and you end on this, on the first fret, sorry, I'm trying to get my whole guitar in the shot, then what you're going to want to do is slide up and do it again. So eventually you're just going to keep going. And then I slid up another fret. And eventually you just want to do it until you get pretty high all the way up the fretboard. And then when you're done doing that, do it back down. That's going to help you get strength in all your fingers, and make sure you're using each finger. Once you've done that you might want to work, I mean, you're going to work on that. You should work on that all the time. I mean, I've been working on it myself. It's a nice way to warm up when you're getting ready to play. But yeah, once you get that done, you can kind of do different things with your left hand. And when you're playing, you want to keep your thumb behind your pinky, your middle finger. So that's kind of like an anchoring point for that. So when you slide your hand up to do like the next set, you want to keep that thumb sliding up also. I was gonna say so. Oh, another thing you can do once you feel comfortable doing, this pattern the whole way up, and also when you're doing your down up strumming, make sure you're trying to like tap your foot and you count in 4s. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. But you want to keep it in beat. So the end is whenever you're picking up. So down is 1, up is end, down is 2, up is end. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and and 3 and 4 and. Now, doing that counting in your head, you know, that's just to keep your timing on, because you don't. If you're just kind of like you're gonna you need to have your timing set as though in a 4 count is generally what most music's gonna be played in. So just practicing that is gonna get your mindset and your muscle memory built to that. I know this is a lot for one video, so just the beginning part, even if you're not counting, just doing this exercise and moving all the way up the neck, that's going to help your fingers just get strong. And I have a bad tendency to turn my hand and have my thumb floating down here. That's why I'm telling you now to build a good habit and keep your thumb behind your middle finger, because it really does help you maneuver your pinky and your ring finger. Once you feel comfortable moving all the way up and down the fretboard on that one exercise, what you can start to do then is when you're strumming and you're moving your fingers down the frets, so you're doing first fret, second, third, fourth fret, you can't do not move any of these fingers until they're ready to go on the next string down. So what this is going to help you do is, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but you want to curve your hand kind of and use the fingertips to hit the string. So by keeping your fingers, all 4 fingers down on after you've played the fret already, so 1, I'm keeping that finger down, then 2, I'm keeping that finger down, 3, keep it down, and 4, keep it down. So now all 4 of my fingers are pressed down. Then I can move my first finger down a string. But what I have to do here in order for that to play properly is I need to keep these 3 fingers arched. So I don't know if you can see, but I'm going to try and show you. See how they're like arched? And I'm holding down the string with the fingertips. Because once you start holding down and your hand isn't arched anymore, and you have a flatter hand, so say I play this note, the top one, on the top string, I'm playing the 2nd fret. So if I'm arched, I can play that, and then I can strum down the other strings and they'll play. But if I'm resting my middle finger on the other strings, what happens is I can play the first one, but then it's called a mute, which sometimes you do want to do, but for practicing right now and for what you're learning, I would say don't bother with that. So yeah, just work on really start from the first part of the video and just do that exercise all the way up and down the neck and see where it takes you, and eventually your speed's going to get quicker. And you can even do it at certain parts of the neck over and over again if you just want to work on like the smaller frets down here and get your hand really working on that tiny little motion. And then up here if you want to be able to work more on having your fingers spread out. Let me know how you're doing with this video. If you need me to explain anything else, just give me a call since you have the ability to do that. And then maybe we'll get into some chords. I don't know how far along you are with any of your playing, so let me know if this is too beginner or not beginner enough, or whatever the case may be. If it's not beginner enough, then like I said, you can always just practice your strumming. Down, up, keep that down, up going. And yeah, I hope you're enjoying playing guitar.